Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for Major League Baseball on Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. My name is Steve and I'm going to have 4 picks here for you today that I think are great value bets for the Wednesday slate of baseball. Guys, I just want to thank you all for your continued support in the channel. We've really been growing lately. We have a new goal this week to hit 350 subscribers, so I appreciate your guys' help out with that. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. If you're a returning supporter, consider hitting that subscribe button. Really helps us grow this channel, guys. Alright, so getting right into our results from last episode, guys. We went 2-2. Not too bad. We were able to hit both plus lines, which is always good. So my account finished a little bit up, which is good. For the third straight episode. So we're 10-2 in our last 12 picks, our last 3 episodes. So we're still doing pretty good. So those results from last night, we had the Rays minus 1.5 run line versus the Phillies. We were able to cover this one. Rays won the game 3-1. Their pitching really nailed it down last night. That was the thing for me, guys. Is like there was a big edge there for the Rays bullpen. They showed it last night. Their bullpen was outstanding. Rasmussen was pretty good as well. So we really like what we got there out of the Rays bullpen. And then we had the Reds, first 5 innings, plus 0.5 run line versus the Brewers. We were able to cash this one fairly easily. Reds got 3 there in the 4th off Corbin Burns. Had a 3-1 lead after 5, which is great. That's what we wanted. A lot of the narrative there played out. Like I said, the Brewers are a little bit more shaky at home. I don't know what it is. But Melee kept the ball in the strike zone. I talked about that last episode. He was able to keep it in the strike zone. The Brewers only got 1 run off him. So that's what I wanted to see. That's what we got. And then, I said, hey, don't trust the Reds bullpen. That's why we're not taking the money line. And that played out as well. Reds ended up giving it up in the later innings and ended up losing the game. So, it's one of those things where I felt pretty good about that one, honestly, guys. So, and then for our losses, we had the Diamondbacks money line versus the Pirates. They just came out and completely crapped the bed. Brubaker actually pitched pretty well for the Pirates. To a point, there's a lot of runners in scoring position for the Diamondbacks, and they just couldn't push them across the plate. And, Bumgarner wasn't at his best. Gave up 4 runs fairly early, and, never really felt like we had much of a chance in that one. And then, finally, the other one that we lost on was the under 8.5 runs. Not 8.5. Under 8 runs in the Nationals-Marlins game. We got 5 out of the Nationals. Just didn't really get enough there out of the Marlins. So it happens. I thought the Nationals would even get more runs. They got some runs early. I thought the Nationals would keep piling it on, and things kind of slowed down there in the later innings like they do. So, all right, guys, that is our results from last episode. We're going to get right into our picks. So at number 1, we're going to go with the Detroit Tigers. First 5 innings, plus 0.5 run line versus the St. Louis Cardinals today at minus 115 odds. So we got Skubal here going to the mound for the Tigers. 8-11 with a 4.02 ERA. Going up against John Lester, 4-6 with a 5.46 ERA. So for Skubal in his last 3 appearances, 2-0-0 for earned runs. And for John Lester, 4-1-5 for earned runs. So guys, there's a lot of reasons why I really like this bet. For one, Skubal has been really pitching great lately for the Tigers. He's given up 2 earned runs on his last 17.2 innings pitched. So we love that. Really finding a nice little stretch here for him. One of those games was versus the Red Sox too, a decent offense. I grade that kind of stuff. I look to see who they pitched against as well. That's very important to me. Tigers also hold statistical edges in hitting as well. So it's like Tigers rank 16th in runs, while the Cardinals are 25th in runs. So, they're 17th in hits. Cardinals are 24th in hits. So on and so forth. So, I really don't understand this, to be honest with you. We're talking first 5 innings to be tied or better for the Tigers for even money. I think we'll take that. I guess I'm not understanding what the odds makers are thinking here. Maybe they're giving John Lester maybe a little too much credit. I don't Really don't understand it. Cardinals aren't a bad team. Overall, the Cardinals have a pretty decent bullpen overall, but we're not bringing that into account here. That's why I'm not taking the Tigers money line. The Tigers have the fifth worst bullpen ERA. We're not going to trust that bullpen. It's just not worth it. Let's just take that first 5 plus 0.5 run line, guys, at minus 115 odds for your number 1 pick. Okay, guys, and at number 2, we got over 7.5 runs in the Reds-Brewers game at minus 110 odds. We got Luis Castillo here going to the mound for the Reds, 7-12 with a 4.35 ERA, going up against Brandon Woodruff, 7-7 with a 2.48 ERA. So for Castillo in his last 3, 1, 3, and 8 for earned runs. And for Brandon Woodruff, we got 6, 0, and 1 for earned runs. So guys, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this yesterday with Tommy Melee for the Reds, why I really liked him in that matchup is because he didn't give up a lot of walks. And the Brewers manufacture a lot of their runs from walks. They're 5th in Major League Baseball in walks. Well, Castillo has the opposite problem. He gives up a lot of walks, which I think is very favorable for the Brewers. Brewers, once they get those guys on base, they could score them. They're 11th in runs. Like I said, they're 23rd in hits. So I don't trust them to get a lot of hits. But man, if Castillo's going to give up walks like he did the last time he played the Brewers, he gave up 6 walks. He only gave up 1 earned run, but I think he got very fortunate in that game. I don't think that happens again. So I think if he gives up 6 walks again this time, Brewers are going to definitely put some runs in. So look for that to happen. But prior to Castillo's last game versus the Marlins, where he pitched really good. He pitched 8 innings, giving up 1 earned run. He had given up 20 walks in his previous 7 games, which is almost 3 a game. That's not very good. Like I said, Brewers are 5th in baseball in walks. So, Brewers are very good with the strike zone. They don't swing at stuff outside the strike zone. They're very disciplined. And just not a great matchup for Castillo here. And as far as on the other side, guys, the Reds, I say this, every time, just about Reds are 4th in runs, 4th in hits. Very hot offense coming into the game. They've been really good of late. Like I said, the Brewers are also 11th in runs, so I like that. And also, for the Reds, as far as can give it up in the late innings as well, they have the 4th worst bullpen ERA. So the Brewers can also get some late runs like we saw last night. That's why I didn't want to take them in the late innings, because their bullpen is not good at all. So, and then for Brandon Woodruff, as far as for the Brewers, he has not been particularly great lately. In his last 5, he's posted an ERA of 4.48, which we'll definitely take that, especially in a matchup here with a really great offense. So, the evidence points to the over here, guys. It's a really low total, in my opinion, 7.5, especially given the statistics we just went over. This should cash easily, so take it right there, guys. Over 7.5 runs in the Reds-Brewers game at minus 110 odds. Okay, and at number 3, we got under 8.5 runs in the White Sox-Blue Jays game at minus 106 odds. So we got Giolito here going to the mound for the White Sox, 9-9 with a 3.77 ERA. Going up against Robbie Ray, 9-5 with a 2.79 ERA. So for Giolito in his last 3, 2, 2, and 1 for earned runs. And for Robbie Ray, 1, 2, and 0 for earned runs. So guys, there's a few factors why I really love this bet as well. For one, surprisingly, the Blue Jays offense has really been sputtering lately. The last 5 games, they mustered just 11 runs. That's just over 2 runs a game. That is not good. Especially for an offense that's supposed to be very good, that has been good most of the year. They're really sputtering lately. And they don't draw the easiest of matchups today. Giolito has been pretty solid. I said Giolito in his last 3 games has posted a 2.37 ERA, posting 8 strikeouts in each game. So he's really been really pitching well lately, really getting hot at the right time for the White Sox. And the Blue Jays bats right now are cold. So the matchup definitely favors Giolito, at least right now. And then as far as for Robbie Ray, he's got a 1.64 ERA in his last 5 starts. So both these pitchers are hot. White Sox offense isn't cold, for sure. I'm not saying the White Sox are cold, but I love the factors that the Blue Jays offense is cold, and we got 2 hot pitchers coming into this game, and over-under set higher than the one we just talked about. At 8.5, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But and then it's like we have 2 decent bullpens as well. As far as we got the 14th best bullpen for Toronto and 15th for Chicago. So not bad in the bullpen either, guys. I don't mind that. It's middle of the pack. You can trust them to a point. At least. So yeah, take it right there, guys. Under 8.5 runs in the White Sox-Blue Jays game at -106 odds. Okay, and finally at number 4, we got the Giants money line today versus the New York Mets at -104 odds. So guys, the Giants money line has been very favorable for me lately, and I don't expect that to change, obviously, playing a slumping Mets team. The matchups point to the Giants again today. Johnny Cueto's on the mound for the Giants, 7-6 with a 3.89 ERA. Going up against Tawan Walker, 7-8 with a 3.86 ERA. For Johnny Cueto in his last 3, 2-0 for earned runs. And for Tawan Walker, 4-1-3 for earned runs. So, a lot of factors why I love this. The Mets have really been having a hard time lately winning games or scoring runs. So, Mets are 29th in baseball in runs. Giants are 9th. And it's like, I just watch the Mets every day. And it's like, can't you score 1 run? Last night, they didn't score any runs against the Giants. 8-0 Giants. Not that it's surprising anymore. It's just like, my goodness. Then as far as in the bullpen, got a big edge there in the bullpen as well. Giants are 2nd in all baseball in bullpen ERA. So if this gets to the bullpen, Giants have a huge edge. Mets are 10th. Which isn't bad, but, it's like Giants still have a pretty big edge when you're talking about one of the best bullpens for the Giants. And then Tawan Walker for the Mets has not been the same pitcher since the All-Star break. He's 0-5 with a 7.49 ERA in his last 7 starts. That's all since the All-Star break. He made the All-Star game. He was great in the first half of the year. And he's been completely different. He's been a little bit better lately. 4-1-3 in his last 3, but that's still not very good. Especially against a team that's not going to give up a lot of runs. Even if Cueto were to get a little loose, they're just going to bring that bullpen in and lock it down. So it's like, Cueto's been decent enough, I think, to hold the Mets at bay. I don't think Cueto will really have a lot of trouble with the Mets. Mets have just been really struggling. So take it right there, guys. Giants money line versus the New York Mets today at -104 odds. Okay, guys, and that does it for our picks for today. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. Like I said earlier, our goal is to hit 350 subscribers. So I do appreciate you guys' help out with that. We've been on a real heater lately. We're 10-2 in our last 3 episodes, which is what we like to see. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's get another 4-0 episode today. Like I said, we were 2-2 last episode. But depending on how you bet it, you should have been up a little bit. We hit both plus lines, which is good. So we love that, obviously. Let's get that 4-0 back today, though. And guys, again, just make sure you're doing your own research on your bets. Make sure you feel good about what you're placing, because, like I said, at the end of the day, it is your bet, not mine. So place your money appropriately, But yeah, guys, other than that, it's going to do it for me. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Peace.